faith the size of a mustard grain. You know, family, the reality of the situation and what I believe and what years of life has taught me is that your mentality determines your reality. As a man thinketh, so is he. Christ said in Matthew chapter 17, verses 20 through 21, "For truly I tell you, if you have faith the size of a mustard grain, you will say to this mountain, be moved, and it will listen to you. And nothing will be impossible for you." Nothing will be impossible for you. So what does that mean? And how can you apply this or implement this into your life right today? I think there's this thing in our communities, in our streets, in Black America, but just in the world as a whole, where people tend to allow negativity and negative thoughts or limiting beliefs to conquer them, to become these invisible barriers that prevent them from being able to break through into greatness or into whatever the next chapter could be for their lives, right? And for some of you guys, it actually is the thing that's blocking you from being able to attain the life, the lifestyle that you want, the goals that you want or achieve or want for yourself. These limiting beliefs oftentimes are subconscious. They're not always apparent to the mind. And they're really a part of our upbringing. Our upbringing determines so much of this, right? And so it becomes necessary at certain points in times in our lives to examine ourselves, right? To look within our hearts, within our mind, within our soul, and figure out like what's there, right? And deal with what you see in the mirror, right? And to really tap into like not only the conscious thoughts that you're thinking about, but also into the subconscious thoughts that you're thinking, and how these negative thoughts or negative mentalities, or as I like to call them, negative voices, can keep you from doing certain things, or can make you lazy, can kill your self-esteem, can destroy your pride, can just harm you and keep you in a really low place, okay? Christ didn't call us to do that, and our Creator does not want us to be that way. And we shouldn't want to be that way. We should want better for our lives, right? When I hear guys on social media talk about, you know, this red pill space or this manosphere space, and I hear guys talk about women as if they're like bad, right? Like as if like, you know, and I get it. I get it. I understand that the landscape is rough, but the mentality that I hear from some of you brothers, I can see clear as day that a part of the problem is also your mentality. And I can tell that by what I hear coming out of your mouth. And I can tell that you have some limiting beliefs that are going to prevent you, even if you come across the right woman for you, they're going to prevent you from achieving the life and the goal and the thing that you actually want. So let's deal with that today, all right? There's two parts to this, okay? Because I don't want people to think that I'm one of those people that just believes that you just need to have faith. Just believe, and that's it. No, because real belief involves more than just a mentality, right? Because I believe that once you believe something strong enough in your heart, quite naturally, your actions are going to line up with the thing that you believe. So for example, if you believe that you can become a astronaut, right? And you believe this as a kid, that's something that you believe in, or as a young adult, whatever it might be, eventually you're going to take steps to figure out, okay, I can do this. So what do I need to learn in order for me to become this thing, right? And you're going to put the time in to do that. You're going to put in the work because you believe that that thing is attainable for you. And it's like that across all areas of life. If you believe that you can become a pastor, a software engineer, a real estate investor, you know, a financially free pattern day trader, whatever it is that you believe that you can become, should lead you quite naturally to a certain level of motivation to connect the dots and get the knowledge that you need to achieve the thing that you want. So it's not just this blind faith. It's not just this blind belief that leads you into some, you know, delusional place of believing but taking no action. No, even the word says what? Faith without works is dead, right? So you got to have the faith with the works. But when your faith is strong enough, your works will follow. Okay. One of the things I love about the parable that Christ spoke is the reality of the size of a mustard grain. A mustard grain is actually very, very, very small, like 1 millimeter in size, right? And so Christ is trying to help you to understand the power of faith, the power of belief, right? Because he's saying even with a small amount of faith, a small amount of belief, you can accomplish amazing things. Now, you're going to start in one place. No matter where you are where you are right now. Your faith is where it is right now, right? But what you want to do is add to your faith, right? And as you add to your faith, your confidence, your faith, and so forth will grow. And it will multiply upon itself, causing you to have even more abundance and even more blessings and an even more abundant lifestyle. The main thing I want you guys to be aware of is these limiting beliefs, is these faith killers, these things that are designed to cause you to be down and to be low and to think less of yourself and to tell yourself what you can't do or can't accomplish. No, that is called depression. That's not normal. That's anxiety. That is depression. In some walks of life, they would call that a demon. You're fighting against these spiritual forces, this negative energy. You need to cleanse yourself from these things, okay? Take control. Because we know that what? The word of God says that his word is alive, right? His word is alive, okay? And sharper than any two-edged sword. So what I'm trying to illustrate to you and what I'm trying to ultimately say is that the power in the words of God are going to be stronger than the power of any man's words, okay? So if I'm trying to empower you, then what I need to do is point you to the source of true power, which is in that word of God, okay? The last thing I'm gonna leave you guys with is this. The word says what? And I always think about this. God said, let there be light. He said, right? Meaning he spoke in some way to let there be a particular thing. And the word says that there was such and such as a result of that. That in itself, and of course we are the children of this creator or of this God. So what that tells you is that there is power in the things that you speak. There is power in the things that you believe. Which is why I said from the beginning, your mentality determines your reality, okay? So it's very important that when you go about living your life and you're thinking about, the A, B's, and C's, the steps that you take on a daily basis, the things that you do, the people that you talk to, the things that you entertain, it's very important for you to speak life, speak positively, and to believe, really believe within yourself that you can accomplish the things that you say. Don't allow your words and the things that come out of your mouth to be idle. This is the thing. This is the dream killer. This is the motivation killer. This is the thing that leads to depression. When you don't understand the strength that you have with your mouth, okay? Use your mouth, use your mind as a weapon, as a tool, as a source of life. Tap into the source of life, the true source of life, which of course is our creator, and he will help you and lead you and teach you how to accomplish these things that you want to accomplish. God don't call us into poverty. God don't call us into, depression or into lack. I'm not saying that there won't be times when you're going to be tested, when you're going to be tempted, when you might go through the wilderness. I'm not suggesting that. But what I'm saying is that a careful walk of faith with the Almighty is going to lead you to a path naturally into a course of success, into a course of life, into a course of power. And having that power is going to help you to achieve all sorts of wild and amazing things in this lifetime. All right. It doesn't matter where you are right now. What matters is what you decide to do, what you are in agreement with. You have to understand that. Don't negotiate with the lower version of yourself, right? Like every one of us has this has to fight against this thing, which, you'll hear called the sin nature, right? Like the old you, the lower version of you that's trying to call you into a raggedy lifestyle, that's trying to, invite you to do something that might be illegal, that's trying to, ask you to do something that's idle or a waste of time, right? Or to fulfill some sinful nature. No, don't negotiate with that person. You have to continue to allow the higher version of yourself to be the thing that dominates the decisions that you make and the way that you're going to walk, right? You got to be able to do stuff even when you don't feel like it. That's how you know you're on the path of success. When you're able to walk in your purpose, in your mission, even if you don't feel like it, even if you're tired, even if you're not the most motivated on that particular day, you got to find something that's going to get you up out of bed. You got to find something that's going to pull you out of whatever you're into, whatever mess, muck, mire that you're into, and lift you into a higher place, okay? Mentally, first of all, and then through that mentality, it's going to cause you to take action, which is going to lead to ultimately the reality that your mentality is going to lead you towards, all right? Anything is possible in this life. Anything is possible. Believe it, and you can achieve it. All right? Like, share, subscribe, family. Comment below. Tell me what you think. Till we chat again, it's Urban Politics, and I'm checking out. Deuce.